guys are having a good Saturday. I am jumping on to talk about trust, the power of surrender, and a short story from yesterday. So my husband and I were driving back down from the mountains. We have an Airbnb cabin up there, and every once in a while we get to go up there and we get to experience it and get to enjoy it as well. And so we did this kind of midweek. We got a couple days up at the cabin. So beautiful up there. And we were driving back down, and we have a Toyota 4Runner, and we've got the dogs in the back. We've got can you guys see him? We've got the Great Dane in the back, and then I've got my Puggle, who's like 28, 30 pounds, like on my lap, and my husband's driving. He always drives. And we're driving down from the mountains, and it's like a 2-hour drive, like in and up the mountains. We live down in like the base of the Rocky Mountains around the Flatirons, close to Boulder. And so when you're coming from, oh gosh, now I'm forgetting, like 8 or 9,000 feet up there, I believe, down to like 5,500-ish square feet down here. So what's that? Like 3,000 to 4,000, right, feet change in elevation. It's obviously pretty like steep in some areas, and there's also some switchbacks. So if you're not a mountain life type of gal, the switchbacks are when you get that like sharp kind of turn and then like that when you're coming down the mountains. And we were driving down, and your whole body just kind of like, there's nothing you can do about it. You just go. So I'm holding not a baby, but a dog that is the size of a toddler in my lap. So I've got Bella in my lap, and your body's just kind of going, okay, here. It's probably not the best trip for anyone who gets car sick. I don't. That didn't bother me. But as we were driving down, I kept feeling my body tense up. I kept feeling just the drop in your belly and the anxiety in my mind. And then after we got around and we've done this drive a million times, by the way. This is not my first time driving up or down from the mountains. We've done this plenty of times. We've done it with the dogs plenty of times. And as we got closer to like the city and out of more the nature mountain drive, there's more traffic. It's not just one lane anymore. There's more lanes opening up, and then people are switching lanes. And I think maybe it was exacerbated by quarantine, and just that I haven't been driving a lot of places. I haven't been a passenger in the car very much recently, but I noticed my body just going into this constriction, contracting. And my husband's a great driver. He has formal driving, not just when you're 16, like driver's ed training and education. He has like formal driving education and training. So he's the person I want to be driving with if I'm driving with anybody. But my body just kept contracting. Contract. And then my stomach would drop, because a car would be close to us or would merge in front of us or whatever. And I was never actually unsafe. Does anyone else have this experience, whether it's in the car or with anything in life, where you have trouble surrendering and trusting? So the trust is in the driver in this case. It's also trusting some of the other cars around us. And I caught myself, and I was like, whoa, Sarah, you are not trusting anything or anyone right now. And I just kept feeling that contractive energy. And then I look down at my Pug Beagle, my little Bella, my little baby, and she is just like so tired, passed out, and I've got her. I have got her in my arms, and her head's resting on the console, and she got her little booty in this elbow crease, and she's just completely relaxed in my lap. So here I am going contract. And she's just yeah, this is just, I'm so tired. I'm just gonna keep my eyes closed. So I'm looking down at this dog on my lap, and the dog in the back who's just like, splayed out, and they're just not bothered. They're not fucking bothered by the switchbacks or the traffic or anything else going on around us in the car. So I catch myself again. I go, okay, so I notice I'm contracting, and now I am comparing the way I'm contracting, not trusting, not surrendering, to this dog in my lap who is just completely trusting me right now. Completely trusting me. Completely surrendered her full body weight into my arms, and it's just like, yeah, my human mom is like, got me. She's got me. I trust her. I surrender. I'm here for the ride. And then I thought, what if we as humans put that much trust and surrender into God, spirit, universe, angels, the process, whatever words you want to insert there, the thing that you're contracting away from right now, the thing you're not trusting? What if I allowed myself to be as relaxed as my dog in my arms right now and just trust that I was going to get home safely? That, like, my dog, right? She's just like, yeah, my mom's got me. She's going to feed me. She's going to hold me. She's going to make sure I get outside enough each day. Like, what if I leaned in, trusted, surrendered to the process of my life, that of my end goal destinations, of where I wanted to go, and I just said, yeah, God's got me. Spirit has me. The universe truly supports me. That doesn't mean with goals that you don't have to do anything, right? Like, you have to take divine aligned action as well, but divine aligned action in a contracted state where you're going versus divine aligned action in a surrendered state invites in so much more possibility versus the contracted stress state that is an energetic frequency. This whole thing is our energetic frequency. We're either in a contracted frequency or an expansive frequency, or maybe somewhere along that spectrum in between. But regardless, that energy is felt. We feel it internally. My stomach kept dropping on that car ride, and other people feel it as well, because that is the energy, or we use the word aura often, the aura that we put out into the world. And our aura is literally felt like 3 to 6 feet around us in like this 3D environment, but it's also felt like across the screen, and you feel my energy right now, and I feel the energy of all of you listening, and some of those of you who have popped on and popped off, and I try not to get too distracted by it, but there's this constant exchange of energy. And so I think we get to ask ourselves, are we going to, in that exchange of energy, be a contracted or expansive energy? And then how does that interplay play out with everything else in the world? So what if you did surrender like that? What if you surrendered like the dog, my dog in my arms, driving down these crazy steep hills and mountains and switchbacks down from a mountain, and she just says, my mom has got me. My human mom has got me. And I want you guys to think about this for you in your life. What if you felt that supported? What if you felt that supported? Yeah, you still got to take the divine aligned action. Yes, there's still like some doing, but a lot of it is the being. Something I teach inside my courses is the be, do, have cycle. Be drops down into the do. So you got to do some doing, but there's also the being, which leads to be, do, have, the manifestation of your desire, the end destination, the goal. When we're in a contracted state, in order to get to the have, we oftentimes close ourselves off and constrict ourselves from the limitless potential or opportunities of how to get there. And we go, it needs to go this way. Be, to, have. And there's just this one pathway to our end goal. When we're in the be and we say, I release the how and I surrender, then we go, oh, doop, doop, doop. Okay, this way, it could happen that way, it could happen this way, it could happen that way, it could come over here. We open ourselves up to all the different ways that could happen instead of this one linear process. How are you guys feeling about this? I was just really inspired to come on and talk about this very real life example I had in the car yesterday, and how this applies to surrender and to trust and to ask ourselves, like, what if? And then the next step after, like, what if I could surrender this deeply? What if I could trust that much? What if I allowed myself, gave myself permission to fully trust that much? Is then, what do you see on the other side? What is it that you actually desire? Are you clear on that? And can you surrender to it? And so, as I go through my week and my weekend, I have, since yesterday, and I'm sure it'll keep coming back up more, but I have been envisioning my dog asleep in my arms. And just going like, okay, so I get to be that comfortable. I get to be that relaxed. I get to, like, imagine I'm curled up in God's Spirit Angel Universe arms, and I'm taken care of. I trust, and I surrender. What questions do you guys have about this? You're welcome. Good. Yeah. Do you guys have any questions? I wanted to relate this to human design as well. So I have a course available right now called Human Design for Empath Entrepreneurs, and the cart closes Monday. I thought that was the 12th. Today's Saturday and it's the 11th, so that's actually the 13th. The cart closes the 13th, and there's already some amazing women inside, amazing empath entrepreneurs inside. And when I think about human design, I'm curious how many of you are familiar with human design, but when I think about this, I think about myself in trying to contract that same energy of driving down the mountain, where me, the human, is contracting every turn we go on, versus the dog that's just like, this is great, I'm actually really comfortable. And I think about the same analogy as applied to human design, and me contracting and molding myself and trying to fit myself into, like, what's that analogy? A square peg into a round hole. By being a different energetic type in the lens of human design that I truly am. So trying to be a manifesting generator when I'm actually a projector. And that I have to contract and put myself into energetically weird positions and feelings and hold these different things in my body, and it creates discomfort in my physical form as well as my mental, emotional thoughts, that it's like I'm trying to do it this way that I think I'm supposed to do it, but it's contractive and for my energy to try and do it that way, because that's just not meant for me. It's not the easiest path for me. It's not the path of least resistance for me, because we're all individuals and we all work, learn, experience life through a different lens, through different strategies, through different ways of experiencing in our senses. Versus, in this case, Bella, who's just like, in this metaphor that I'm making up right now, like, she's like the version of me who is like, I completely surrender to the fact that I'm a projector, and I allow myself to make edits and alterations and transitions in order to align with that. So it's like a river that you're just flowing down, and you're just like, yeah, not only did I trust and surrender, like we were previously talking about, but I also allowed myself to trust and surrender that the strategies of a projector in business are going to work for me. That I don't have to do it a traditional way, or in my case, like the desire to be the manifesting generator. that I tried to be for so long, unknowingly, because I didn't know what human design was. And then I, learned and researched for about a year. And as I dove into it, I was like, ooh, I'm definitely trying to be a manifesting generator, even though I'm a projector. And the idea of switching felt very scary. I knew what I was doing, experiencing in that moment was contractive. Didn't feel good. But the idea of changing triggered my ego, because the ego resists change. It's unfamiliar. It's labeled as a threat initially in the subconscious mind. But I thought, okay, well, what if I could just trust that there's something to this, that there's at least something for me to learn here, and I can surrender to the projector strategy, and something really beautiful could come out of this. So there I took the leap and decided, I'll try it. And I was still nervous. I was still a little scared, but I decided to try it anyways. And all of a sudden, that contractive energy that I've felt in my forehead, that my chest, my whole kind of like abdominal area, front and back, like solar plexus, my power chakra, all of a sudden it loosened up a little bit and a little bit and a little bit. And I went, ooh, maybe there really is something to this. And I started to see really amazing results. And it probably wasn't a change that you all saw from the outside of my business. It's more of a change I initiated within my business, within the back end of my business. It's probably not something you can tell from the outside, but inside a lot has changed in the way that I show up inside my business, so that I have added trust and surrender, which has resulted in ease and clarity, which I was craving so deeply. All right, I think that's all. Take from that what resonates with you. I'm excited to hear what main takeaway you have from this short conversation today. And if you need the link for the Human Design for Empath Entrepreneurs course, just shoot me a DM or comment below. I'm happy to share the link with you. There's a payment plan or there's pay in full. The materials are already there. You get access to them right away. There's workbooks for each of the design types that go into the tenets of abundance and our identity center, and then trainings on each of the design types on how to apply different strategies to your business so you can get out of that contractive energy and into your expansive energy as well. Sound good? I hope to see you inside. All you empath entrepreneurs out there, hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will be back for more videos soon.